Hey traders, welcome back to Your Nifty Guy. I hope all of you are doing well. So today was a classic trap-filled session, the kind where the market looks like it's offering opportunities only to flip direction and deny any clean trades. These are the days that really test your discipline and reading of the tape. In today's video, we'll break down exactly how these traps were created, what the structure was hinting at beneath the noise, and the most important, how we can use this experience to stay sharper and more selective going into tomorrow's session. If you find value in this kind of honest, real-time market decoding, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video with fellow traders who trade Nifty. All right, let's dive into the charts and unpack this tricky market. Today's opening really got me really very excited, right? So Nifty has a tendency of moving in gaps, and when today the markets opened flat, so it opened right where it had closed, right? It gave me a good sense of market might give us a very good, some really good trades today, right? At the start of the day, right? So I was excited, but then again, uh, just to clear the air from the start, today is one of the very rare days again when I did not take any trades despite market giving so many setups. And I explained clearly why. What was the logic? What was going on in my head? What was I thinking while not taking those trades? Immediately after markets opened, it the first 5 minutes was a red candle, right? Then markets moved up and again came around the resistance area. Now, there were two thoughts in my mind, right? Number one, we move up, we get a pullback, we go long. Number two, we take resistance, we go down at the break of this double top. I take a short trade like we had planned in yesterday's plan of action. Markets moved. Out here, this wasn't really a kind of pullback that I expect. I wanted the markets to give me some little deeper pullback as compared to what had actually happened on the screen. And out here, if you were to create a long entry at the in, even if you want to consider this as an inside bar, it was very close, slightly breached the high of previous candle. That is why it's not a inside bar. And if we were to take a trade based on that, the stop loss, the most logical stop loss would have been here, and a very risky stop loss would have been right below this particular red candle's low with some buffer. And that was the reason I decided to not execute this particular long trade at the break of this particular high. Markets immediately went off and gave us a good move on the upside, right? So this was the first trade that I missed. I will not say that I missed, but then I deliberately did not take. I Everything went on as per plan. So this was the plan since yesterday that we are creating or planning a long entry only above this high. And as you can see, above this particular zone, what a move Nifty has given. A very good and clean move. The only problem is that there were not enough valid pullbacks as per me, and that was the reason I did not take this particular trade. Now, again, after Nifty gave us a closing above previous day's high, this was another place where Nifty trapped all the people who had created longs, and I was waiting for the markets to give me again some kind of a meaningful pullback, which can call this a good pattern to short the markets with a smaller stop loss as well. If you were to short the market directly out here, try to understand there are two things. Number one, the stop loss would have been very big. Number two, the markets moved in a momentum. So there will be supports going down below, right? So all these fib levels will be acting as supports of 0.5 to 0.618 being one of the major zones. So as we can see, markets came down here. The first bounce came in directly from the zero point 0.5 levels. So out here again, I did not take a short trade. Reason I already told I would have taken the trade if we would have gotten another smaller, meaningful, valid pullback. And this would have been a good trap on the long side. So people who would have created longs out here would have been long. And you can see the reaction, but the markets had other plans and it moved quickly out here. And then again, from the fib levels, it took some support, again, changed the structure to a lower high, lower low formation out here, gave a double bottom breakout. Again, that double bottom breakout failed. Markets came down here. It was a random haphazard trade out here. It formed kind of a inverse head and shoulder pattern giving a breakout, none of which gave me any good reason to enter into any of the trades, and that was the reason there was no single trade for me throughout the day. Now, why I call this particular price action very tricky is that out here you simply get a good move on the upside without any valid pullbacks. Good for the market, good for people who had long positions. Out here again, at the breakout of yesterday's high, market traps people, but then moves without giving any valid pullbacks. Now, days like this will actually test your patience, and the reason being, if you also happen to observe the options chart like I do, right? I have, for me, whenever I am sitting on the trade, so on one screen I have the spot chart, and on another split screen I have the uh, in the money call and in the money put options chart for the expiry which I am trading in open on the screen. And when you miss moves like this, when you miss moves like this, especially when you are anticipating the trades, right? You had already planned for it, you were anticipated for it, and you are kind of watching the option prices go up, 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 and you are not in the trade. There is some emotion kicking in, but then again, that is the hard part where you need to learn letting go of days wherein things are not happening as per the setup, and or things are not setting up exactly as you want them to be, right? So we have got some really good trades in the past if you go and observe in the videos overall. And right now the markets are behaving in a tricky situation. Like I also mentioned in yesterday's video, there are certain uncertainties which we had discussed in yesterday's video with regards to the macro environment and global sentiments. So we'll skip those for now. And I hope today's price action was clear for most of you. For tomorrow, again, we'll don't need this. We don't need this. We'll start with the daily candles. And see, today we have a higher low, a higher high, but then we've not got closing above previous day's high, right? Had that been the case, we would have got a good reversal candlestick. As of now, from Tuesday's candle, we are still in the bearish sentiment, and the candlestick, as per the three candlestick rules, it has not yet changed. But it is a good sign that we have got some buying. We could see some buying from the bottom, but then again, we have saw some selling from the top as well. And we are actually battling out still around the 26,000 round figure mark. Sorry for the coughing in between. Yeah, the weather out here is has really gotten into me, and I don't know why. Despite of taking antibiotics and everything, this is still not getting completely cured. Yes, I'm much better, but then it is not getting completely cured. And yeah, another thing, I will be traveling to Goa on Saturday. So next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm back on Wednesday. Uh, I might not be able to put out the videos from Monday onwards. Um, I I already have the tickets booked, and if Indigo takes me right, and looking at the current rate at which Indigo is canceling the flights, not too sure, but in case if Indigo does not cancel my flight, and I am heading to Goa with a big group, right? So I even on my last trip to Japan, I had posted videos every single day, not missing a single day as well. But then again, that was just me and my family, like me, my wife, and my daughter, and it was easier to record those videos. But then out here, I'm going with a gang of 16 individuals, all close friends, and I do not know how much of a individual time will I be getting to analyze and record the markets. I will not be trading Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for sure. That's a personal rule that I have, wherein I do not take any trades when I'm traveling. But yes, I will be analyzing the videos and sorry, I will be analyzing the charts, and I will definitely 100%. I'm carrying my laptop with me, and I will try to make the video. So in case if I do not make any videos, please excuse me for these 3 days. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Now for tomorrow, number one thing is if we look at the markets on a 75 minutes time frame, right? So this was the fib level that we just deleted, and the markets which we broke up yes above on today's price action. was the one which we drew on 75 minutes time frame yesterday. Now we have completely retraced the last swing move that came in. And right now, if we look at it, right, of this entire up move, which came in, this is the 0.5 to 0.618 zone as well out here, right? The move that came in from the bottom to the high. So yesterday, what we did was we did this move. We captured these two swings to find out what can be a good retracement levels. And today we are doing it the opposite thing. So we'll be marking this level. And as we can see, markets actually took good and decent amount of support. So this is nothing, just the magic of fib levels, which work, in my opinion, very beautifully on Nifty. Do we see trend lines? Yes, of course. Right, this will do. I will change the color back to black because these are normal trend lines. This I had changed the color to green because it was a daily time frame trend line. There is also a trend line coming in from below. This is also volatility contraction that we are seeing. This makes our plan of action for tomorrow very, very simple. Number one, above this high, I am going long. Number two, in case if we, so this is the up move which came in. Out here, if we form a double top, so this is peak number one, we form a peak number two. We don't move up, we go down. We are below the trend line, we are below the fib support. With a pullback, we can take a short entry, right? This is going to be my very simple plan of action for tomorrow. No experimenting much. And just another word of caution, tomorrow is, so Mr. Putin has already landed in India, Mr. Modi has received him, and tomorrow is their meeting in the live markets, right? So there might be announcements and going around with the kind of fondness that Mr. Donald Trump has for the relations between India and Russia. There might be reactions, right? Again, India, out of the entire talk, there might be announcements which India and Russia makes, and then there might be reactions from Mr. Donald Trump, which in a way can impact the Indian market. So that is something I'll advise everybody to keep your trading light tomorrow. It's a start of last day of the week. Keep your trading light. In case you get clean setups, go for it with very strict stop losses as well as tight trailing. So that will be my advice for going into tomorrow's market. So, all right, traders, that wraps up today's breakdown. On a day full of traps and fake signals, the win is not in catching trades, it's in avoiding the wrong ones. Staying disciplined is a strategy. Tomorrow brings a fresh session and a fresh read of the tape. So stay sharp and come prepared. If today's analysis helped you stay on the right side of the market, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay focused, stay patient, and trade with clarity. Cheers, and thanks for tuning in, guys.